Hi, welcome everybody. I think we're good to go here. Everything looks good. Perfect, perfect. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today for one of the last presentations for our virtual fair. We've been highlighting a lot about our outbound programs here with CIEE. And then tonight we're going to talk a little bit about those programs, but then also highlight another aspect of the CIE organization, which is our wonderful inbound programs and the experiences of students who are coming from abroad to the US. So just I want to introduce myself really quick. My name is Adam. I'm a coordinator for high school outbound programs, which again, we've highlighted a lot this week, many aspects of it and different programs that we offer. But then I also have the pleasure of being a local coordinator for our inbound students as well. So I work with these students on a regular basis as they adjust to life here in the US and work with host families who host our wonderful students. So we're going to take just a little bit. I'm joined by Brianna, who will be helping moderate our Q&A. And then also one of our wonderful inbound students here who is currently in the US, who will talk a little bit about her program and how it's going in just a little bit. Bella, thank you for joining us. So yes, so I just want to quickly kind of introduce CIE. Some of you may have attended our other webinars and might be familiar with who we are. But just to go over why you might choose CIE for your study abroad programs, whether it be going abroad or possibly hosting an inbound student, if you're considering doing so. We're one of the oldest organizations of our kind. We've been around for more than 75 years now. We started in 1947, shortly after World War II, with the objective of bringing the world together, making the world a more closer place. The idea of it was that togetherness starts at a human level, and where better to start than with young people. So for our outbound programs, now we've grown as a company. We support over 40,000 students every year. We're able to do that from our passionate commitment to study abroad. That's related to us being a nonprofit organization. We do this because we really believe in it. All of our profits, our margins, they go back into being invested in making our programs better, making our programs more varied, and great experiences for our students, both outbound and inbound. And then also for our programs, we administer the largest scholarship fund for US high school students. Last year for outbound students, we provided over $8 million in scholarships. So again, that's having to do with us really believing that studying abroad should be a part of every high schooler's career and that there should be no barrier to taking advantage of that great opportunity. Um, So I'm going to be talking a little bit later about kind of all the different programs we have, but before I hand the spotlight over to Bella, I want to just kind of briefly introduce the idea or overview of our inbound programs in particular. These are students who come from all over the world to experience what it's like being an American high school student living here in the US. They stay here for 5 or 10 months with volunteer host families that are generous enough to open their homes to these wonderful students. While they're here, they get involved in their communities, their schools, the lives of their host families, where they really learn what it means to live as an American teenager while also being ambassadors of their own countries. I speak with families about hosting students all the time. They tell me stories of when they were in high school, where their exchange student that was at their school, where they were from, or even the host brother or sister that their family hosted growing up. These students really touch the lives of so many people while they're here and leave a lasting impression on those they meet, as well as a lasting impression on their communities. And again, so we'll have a Q&A open. You're welcome to be posting questions in there. We'll answer it towards the end, but feel free to ask anything you'd like about our inbound programs. But for now, just to kind of give you an idea from the perspective of an actual student, I'm going to hand it over to Bella to introduce herself, maybe say where you're from, where you're living, and then you can talk about your experience.
Hi, I'm Bella, like he said. I'm from Galicia, Spain. Right now, I'm living in Utah. I'm doing an exchange program, and I'm gonna be here around 10 months. Um, I have been here since August. Firstly, I did some orientations in New York, I don't have photos here, but they were like really, really cool. They were amazing. I got to get to know a lot of people from all around the world, from Italy, Germany, and also I went from some people from Spain too. And it was like a really bonding experience with other people that were doing the same thing as me. That was going basically to other part of the world kind of alone to word it in some way. And it was really nice to know that I wasn't the only one who was scared a little bit and just didn't know what to expect. But now that I've been here for 3 months, I'm really glad I chose to did it. It has been amazing. Well, in the photos I have here, you can see how I was with my friends doing some voluntary hours. We served food in the Greek festival from Salt Lake City. I also I made some friends from here. We went to the Halloween dance together, all dressed as pirates. It was really, really cool. One thing about the experience is friends is a really big thing here. But actually, they tell you in the orientations that it's gonna take you some time, and you're like, no, it's not gonna take me too long to make friends. But actually, it does. It took me like I think 2 months to make really good friends. But that is normal. It's fine. That doesn't mean that you're alone for 2 months. You have your host family to support you. You can get to meet new people in your classes, even though they're not your friends who you hang out with. It's about going slowly, but going steadily. You don't have to make a bunch of friends the first week and just ace all your classes first week, because that's another thing. The classes, at first, even if you're a really good student, at first, it's going to take you a while to adapt to the style of the classes and the teacher and the language and everything. So it's a case of if the first weeks you feel kind of a little bit overwhelmed, as long as you know how to control it and manage it and realize that it's normal, that it's fine, as long as you work it out. Also, about my host family, I don't have any photo here right now because they weren't as comfortable um, with me sharing photos of them. But I do have a photo of a road trip we did, the one in the little bridge. We did a road trip to Yellowstone. It was really, really nice. It was a really bonding experience with my host family. I think it was actually 1 month after I arrived here. And before I had a really good relationship, especially with my host sister. But after the road trip, it was like we were more close. Being 12 hours with a person in a car, it's a really bonding experience, even if you wouldn't think so. And it's really, really nice. I mean, I've said that a lot of times, but it is. And just coming here, I think it has been one of the best decisions, if not the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I'm actually a very independent person, so I would say that this has been maybe a little bit more easy for me than other people because other people may be more attached to their friends and family in their hometown. But even though you're in the other part of the world, you want cat communication, you can do video calls, you can do texts, not too much, because if not, you're just gonna be homesick all day, and that's not good either. That's another thing I want to talk about, homesickness. At first, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm in this really cool place in another country. I'm with host family, this is so nice. At first, it's gonna be good. Then you're gonna like overcome a little bump, the feeling that, oh, I'm alone. You're not, but you're gonna feel like it, and that's completely normal. That's fine. And then you have to work through it. You have to do your new routine, adapt to your new room, your new house. You have to make friends. You just have to know how to manage it. You have to be emotionally intelligent, but also if you're not, maybe you don't consider yourself enough prepared to come here, but I would say that it's not about being prepared, it's about being brave enough to jump and then see how you do, because this experience really makes you mature a lot. You're basically just not basically, you're literally in the other part of the world without your family, without your friends, just living kind of in your own, even though you have your host family. But I think it's it's something everyone should do at least once, even if it's a summer program of 2 weeks. It's just something everyone should try at least once. And if my exchange program is 10 months, as I said, yes, it's a really long time. So there may be people who are not prepared to do it, think they're not prepared to do it. But that's why summer program success is like 2, 3 weeks, I think. And that's a really great experience. And then if you like that, you can do something extend, or you can do it in college. And you just have to try it. It's not, like I said, it's not about being prepared, it's about being brave enough to jump into it and just trust in yourself that you're gonna go through it and make it through. And yeah, that would be it for my part. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bella, for introducing your experience here. So Bella here has a referral code in the form of a QR code. This is scannable. If there's anybody here, any viewers who are still considering opening an application to study abroad for our outbound programs, if you get started tonight by scanning this QR code, you would walk away with a $200 discount. So whether you travel or not, no harm done. But if you get started right now, you can earn that referral. So I will leave that up just for a couple more seconds while we get our other inbound student here, Syed, ready to present on his experience as well. Syed, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I am ready to present. Let me just open
Awesome,
my video.
awesome, awesome.
Okay.
There you go. So I'll move
Yeah.
on to that one there and take it away.
Okay. So, starting with a small introduction. So, my name is Syed Ruhal Kareem. I am a high school student from Pakistan. So, a high school exchange student with CIE in United States of America. I am placed in Texas, South Lake, and I attained Carroll Senior High School. So starting with like what I had imagined about America like before coming here, I had imagined like you do know that the main reason behind joining this exchange program was that I just wanted to learn and experience the American culture, especially the high school here. So I have seen a lot of movies, Hollywood movies. So there are a lot of interactive and amazing things there. So I just wanted to explore it on my own. So I thought, yeah, I should apply for it. And how that was great. I was selected for it, and I am here as an exchange student with you all, presenting about my experiences. So it has been just 2 months since I have been in America, and these 2 months, like these will be the best month in my life. Okay, so I got to learn a lot of things. I made a lot of new friends. At first, when I came here, like I was very worried and I was very scared, like how will I interact with these guys? Okay, actually, I'm a student from Pakistan and we don't speak English there. So English was something, it was a red flag for me, to be honest. Actually, like language and communication gaps, but I managed to solve it, by joining clubs and community services. This all give me a chance to present myself, present my skills. And within this 2 months, I completed my 45 hours of community service, and that's a lot. So it's the main thing, the purpose is of saying that is like when you come to another community and when you start interacting with people, it feels really amazing. Like you're in a different country, in a very different country, and we are, talking to people, interacting with people. It gives you a chance to present your skills, to nourish your, skills and these all personalities. So it was overall a very great experience for me. Uh, so the red flags, I just want to talk about something, which I faced, the problem I faced here. So it was like when first I came here, the problem was the food. Like the American food, it's so mild, it's so mild. And in Pakistan, we do eat a lot of spice food. But I was like, what's going on here? How will I deal with this problem? But when, time passed on, it was really amazing. And now I really like American food. I'm just trying it every day. So it's like that was a totally new thing for me, a new food, so American food. And I hope I will, cook it back in Pakistan with my family as well. I like it. So American high schools are really, really nice. I really like them because the teachers and the students there, they are very supportive and they're amazing. Simply, they are amazing. So the teachers, they give you a chance to participate, to express yourself. They talk to you like a friend, just like a friend. And so the American high schools, they are really nice. And I would say everyone should, experience this thing once in their life. Not just about America, like there are a lot of countries. So the main thing is that you should go to an exchange program, whether it's a summer school program, maybe for a week, 2 week, month, year. I'm here for 10 months. Okay, that's very long time. So, but the thing is that you should explore the world. You should explore the diversity. You should enjoy the differences. So it gives you a chance to learn. It gives you a chance to grow, and the main thing, it gives you a chance to connect with others, connect with different part of the worlds. So that will broaden your perspective on how you think your life, on your way of thinking simply. So for me, it was like I am from the remote area of Pakistan, very remote area of Pakistan, like from the mountainous region of Pakistan. So it was a very great experience for me to connect with people, to learn from guys, American people, and sharing food, culture, and all those things with them. It was totally amazing experience for me these 2 months, and I hope I will do the same in the upcoming 8 months. So yeah, that's all about me.
Awesome. Thank you, Syed. I'm going to go through. You have some other beautiful slides. As I go through them,
Yeah,
let me know if you would like to add some more.
yeah. So I totally forget about the slide. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
So the first thing is my experience at American high school. It was the first and the very good thing I really like about American high school was the clubs here. Okay, so when you come to American high school, so you get to join a lot of clubs. Like there are different clubs. In my school, there are like 35 clubs. So I am in like 8 to 10 clubs. So I give like hour every week, like to each club every day. So in this way, I'm like 8 to 10 clubs. So I really like clubs because it's the main thing. Like you get to know other people, and if you are feeling lonely or homesick, the best thing I would suggest is join club, because like you have like-minded people in the club. So you will arrange some activities or do some events. So that's really amazing, and especially for making new friendships and new bonds with people. Uh, the next thing is building connection. So volunteering is the best thing for that. If you want to build your connection, if you want to connect with other people, I would suggest volunteering. If you are on exchange program, or if you are thinking to go on an exchange program, so I would say whenever you get a chance, embrace yourself in volunteering. As I said, that in just 2 months, I completed my 45 hours. So I'm with various clubs and communities here, like my city, South Lake. After that, I am with the Muslim Masjid Islamic Center. So after that, I am in many clubs in school. So it's really nice activities. So like it's really good. You get to know other people. You are making a positive change in the community. The best thing is there. So that's all about volunteering. I think we should move to the next slide. So community engagement and growth, the same thing is here. Volunteering experiences. So the time when I was making the slide, it was 35 hours. It was like a week ago. So it is, the thing
Awesome.
after that is, yeah, skill development. Skill development is, I already talked about that. Like you you nourish your skills and you polish your skills like teamwork. When I came here, after that, I joined the club, and recently, like yesterday, we organized an event in our school, a cleanup drive. So like 15 people, 15 students joined that cleanup drive, and we clean the area around the school. So it's like I'm developing my leadership and teamwork skills, and I think CIE gave me that chance, like to nourish and polish my skills, and that's the best thing. And after that leadership growth, you get to know other people. You start talking to people, and in this way, you are just uh, increasing your communication skills. Actually, I'm not that good in English, but still, I try my best to deliver what I want to say to my colleagues and to my all fellow friends. So in this way, like I am developing my leadership skills, and I believe that these all skill will help me lifelong. They're not just about this exchange year. They will help me all the way in my upcoming years. So that's all the thing about this exchange year. This is a great way to nourish your leadership growth, skill development. So after that, this is the picture of the first day at America, first day in America, when I came here on the first day, when I landed at Washington, D.C. So these were the guys from Pakistan, Lebanon, and these all. That was a great day. And this is my link. Like if you want to, if somebody would join, if somebody here attendees, I don't know here, like here are some attendees here. So if they want to join this exchange year, I would highly recommend it. Like if they want to join this summer program, this is really nice. This will be the greatest moment. This will be the greatest week or month, whatever you want to join of your life. You will remember it. Okay, so this is the link. The CIS always opened my mind to new culture, ideas, and friendships. Like I'm very proud to represent my country here. To be honest, like I'm the first person from my community to go abroad, and I'm very proud of it. Okay, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Syed. So again, this is his $200 referral. So if there's anyone thinking about opening an application to go abroad, now is a great time to scan that to get that application started. As I kind of introduce or reintroduce for some of you our outbound programs again. But thank you again for both of our inbound students. We'll keep you around for a little bit. You might have some questions coming your way. But for anyone that the idea of studying abroad sounds super cool, I want to introduce again what we've been touching on a little bit with our summer abroad programs that CIE offers for US students to go abroad. For our summer abroad programs, we have so many destinations. We have programs in 40 cities, over 100 different programs in total. Some of these are language and culture programs. So you're there for 4 weeks. You're invested in being immersed in the language, enhancing your language skills, taking on a new language, and staying with a homestay family like these two students here do. So you build, those lifelong connections with a family in another country, meet other students in another country as well, and have this great, unique experience being abroad. We also have topic programs. Those are 3-week-long summer programs. That's a wide variety of different combinations between destinations and subjects you might be interested in, passionate about, or thinking about for a future career or college degree. We have engineering classes, for example, robotics engineering in Tokyo, Japan, aeronautical engineering in Toulouse, France, just as a couple examples. But then we also have like creative arts in Athens, art and architecture in Rome, even business and entrepreneurship classes, or even public services classes, just to name a few. If you want to get started by looking at the wide variety of programs we have, a great place to get started with that is at ciee.org/HSSA, where again, there's over 100 programs to browse through, and you can get started there as well. But yeah, so just, go back here the other way. We always say there's 3 main parts of any study abroad program, whether you're coming here to the United States or you're a student from America going abroad. And that's fun to have a great time to be immersed in that culture abroad and to do cultural activities, whether it be with your host day family or with our summer abroad programs, part of a group of other students seeing the sights, getting out of the classroom, and really enjoying your time abroad. Of course, friendships, like I touched on, not only like for many of our programs, you have an opportunity to stay with a host day family. That's a lifelong connection with a family abroad, but you'll be meeting new friends from around the world. If you go on one of our abroad programs, we recruit from students around the US. So you might see some other people from, if you're from California, you might make a friend from New York, Michigan, Texas. All these students from around the country will be there together to experience the same kind of experience you are having. And then also, of course, the people and friends you'll make who are from your destination country. You have the opportunity to connect with them as well. And then also for our programs, we always think about the future as well, some of the tangible things you can take away. Our language and culture programs, for example, offer 4 units of college credit. That's GE language credit transferable to a college. And we also say this helps you stand out in a college application. Only 2% of American students have experience studying abroad before they go to college. That means on a college application, if you're one of 2%, that makes you stand out quite a bit. Also a great topic for your college essays and a great chance to develop those soft skills for college as well. Being abroad away from your family for the first time, our students here can probably relate. That makes you have a sense of self-sufficiency, again, a sense of independence that maybe you didn't have before. So a great opportunity to practice those skills while also pursuing, like I mentioned before, potentially your future career or just a passion of yours or future college aspiration. Yeah, so for we have our summer abroad programs, like I mentioned, for 3 or 4 weeks during the summer, just kind of a little taste of what it's like to study abroad. But we have programs that are a little bit more similar for the outbound, more similar to what our students here do, being here in the United States, which is our long-term programs. Um, so just a quick overview, summer abroad programs for 3 or 4 weeks, but then we also offer semester abroad, so spend a semester or academic year abroad as a high school student. I actually switched to the next slide here just to kind of go over that with more detail. So this is the closest to what our students here do, just the other way around, going abroad. These students are high school students who spend a semester or academic year abroad in a country of their choosing. Um, they stay with a local homestay family. So you're fully immersed in having your family there, being immersed in the language, if part of what your reason for going is to learn that language. And then also being for one type of our semester programs, being in a local school, attending high school with other students, high school students from that country. And then we also offer opportunities to take classes with CIEA as well. It includes really fun group excursions to really explore their new home, at least 2 excursions throughout the year to get out from whatever city you're in and see other parts of the country as well. For post high school graduates, we have a couple options as well if you want to get some study abroad experience in after you graduate high school, but before you enter your 4-year university career. One of those options is the gap year program. This is a great opportunity to be practicing your life skills. Again, independence, all these soft skills, and also see the world a little bit before you start on your college track. Sometimes it feels like you're delaying college unnecessarily, but really a lot of top colleges around the United States love to see students go on these kind of programs. These students come back leaders. They are spending time either learning, devoted to learning languages. We offer GAP programs that have internship opportunities to get you started with your career or passion, or travel programs where you're traveling between a number of different countries and getting a lot of that really cool travel experience. And those can also be 1 semester or 1 year. Similar are our college first year abroad programs. These are kind of similar in structure. A really big difference is more focus on the academics. So you have the opportunity with these courses to take 12 to 13 college credits during your first semester. To not only get all the advantages that we've been talking about of being abroad, but then also to get kickstarted with your college, your GEs or other requirements for your college to be prepared for coming back to the United States. And I just want to bring up really quickly these deadlines to think about. We had that QR code up earlier, those QR codes for opening an application. If you guys are thinking about going abroad for the summer programs, these are some of the deadlines to keep in mind. A couple ways to enroll are direct enroll or our academic scholarships. Those we award on a rolling basis, very straightforward. We have also a financial need-based scholarship as well. Those are the main deadline for that is in January the 21st. That's for covering up to 100% of tuition for those who have financial need. Again, we believe every student should have the opportunity to study abroad. Those finances, again, last year were over $8 million that we gave away to students to help them go abroad. And if you're interested in pursuing that, again, the deadline is January the 21st. But we have a priority deadline coming up pretty soon. Still possible to get your application in though. For December the 1st, get early decision, get your seat secured, better chance of getting your first pick of program as our programs, some of our popular programs tend to fill up. But then also kind of an added bonus, if you get your application in by that deadline, you're entered to win a free flight voucher to get your flight paid for as well. Our tuition for all of our programs are all inclusive of everything on program, except for notably airfare, round trip airfare. And then, yes, February scholarships are announced. And yes, so I think I will leave it up on that while we take any questions. Brianna, do we have any questions in the Q&A?
We don't yet. So audience members, feel free to leave a question in the Q&A module. For now, I will ask a question. I'm wondering, what were you nervous before you came to the US? How did you feel before you left your home country to come to the US? And what were your conversations with your family like about studying abroad and spending a year in another country?
I would say I was not really nervous actually, and not as sad as I thought I'd be. Um, the thing is, yes, I'm here for 10 months. That can seem a lot, and it's 10 months without the option of going back. And that can seem like a lot, but if you think about it, it's a new experience in which you can get to grow, and then in 10 months you're gonna see them all again. I would say that actually I'm gonna be way sadder when I leave because I don't know when I'm gonna see them, the people that I've met here again. But before coming here, I knew it was gonna be great. Um, I really I really wanted to come, actually. And my family was like, okay, yeah, you're dying to get rid of us. And it's just, I was really, really excited to come here. And yes, I was nervous because I try to come with the less expectations as possible. But I believe that every person is really different. And as I said, I'm a very independent person, so maybe that's why I wasn't as nervous. But you just have to try it. It's a really good experience. You're gonna learn a lot of things. So I think that everyone should try it, at least a summer program of 2 weeks, like I said.
Okay, so for me, to be honest, I was not very nervous at all. I was really excited actually. I just wanted to. It was my dream from very childhood that I should, travel abroad and I should study sometime. But I never have thought that this dream will come true one day. And I was really excited, I was thinking yeah, I'm going to America. I will join a high school, and my family was like, uh, "Are you sure to go here?" Or they're just overprotective, and they're like, "Okay, if you really want to go there, so then it's up to you." And I think I was not nervous, to be honest, because it's a great chance to leave your comfort zone and to experience new world, new thing, and new people to connect with them. This was a great idea for me, and I think it was the decision which I had, it was a good decision for me. It proved to be a good decision for me, like traveling abroad. I have learned a lot of things, a lot of new things, and I believe that this will help me a lot in my upcoming years.
Thank you. That's amazing answers. I have another question. You know, when students study abroad, I always say it's leaving your culture and discovering a new culture. It also helps you discover things about yourself and your home culture, right? Things that you thought were, you know, even if you travel to other parts of the United States, like I live in Boston and we do things a certain way, and I think, oh, everybody must do things like this, right? And then you go to another part of the country, another part of the world, and you realize that things are a little different. And, you know, you start to realize that what you do isn't just what everybody does. What are some of the like really interesting things that you've discovered about American culture since being here? Have there been like funny culture shock moments or things that are just like, wow, this is so completely different in the US? It can be something small. I know that like my friends often talk about the fact that our bathroom stalls have gaps in them, right? Because in a lot of places in the rest of the world, the bathroom stalls are like full doors that are completely closed, right? And they always say this is so weird in the US. So have there been any things like that that you've noticed?
Yeah, actually, I think two major things apart from the bathroom stalls, which I sincerely hate. They're just, it's a huge gap. I really hate them, but with all my love, I really hate them. The two things I would say that are major things, it's small talk and compliments. Small talk turns out that it's a really big thing here. The first week I was here, I was with a girl coming down the hall. It was at the end of class, we were just getting out of school, and I was quiet because for me it's normal, I'm just with someone. If I don't have anything to say, I'm quiet. And the next day, I discovered that she thought I didn't like her or that I was mad at her because I wasn't talking. And then I explained to her that small talk isn't a really great thing in Spain, and at least in my part of Spain. So then we talked communication. It's a really big thing, communication. And most importantly, when there are cultural differences, and I explained to her, okay, yeah, no, it's not a big thing. And then when I ate with her in lunch during lunch for quite a while. And then when I was quiet, she knew I wasn't mad at her. She knew I did like her, but I just don't do small talk. And then compliments. Just here in America, it's really normalized to come up to someone and say, "Hey, I love your hair." There have been a lot of times in which just people I don't know and I have never seen before just come up to me and say a compliment. Actually, the other day I was in the bathroom, literally in the bathroom, in the high school bathroom, and then a girl passed next to me and she was like, "Oh my God, you have beautiful eyes." And I was like, "Thank you." And the first weeks it was kind of surprising. And at first I kind of thought that people were a little bit fake because they just give you compliments all the time and they'll tell you you do things great all the time. But then I realized that it's something that's implemented here, and actually I think it would be really nice if every country did this because it's just such a confident booster that just the little things that I love your hair or I love your eyes, um, it's a really great thing. It's really small, but it's really nice, and I think that every country should have that. And when I go back to Spain, I'm gonna compliment everyone all the time because it's just so good and so relieving to hear.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Okay, so some of the cultural differences or things I notice here in America is that these guys, the American guys, they are very independent. Like they're very independent. Just like take an example of some of my friends in school. They were when I came here, and one of my friends told me that, "Do you work?" And I was like, "Why would I work? I'm a student." So he was like, "No, like we all do jobs after the school." And for in Pakistan, in my country, it's like it's a culture that nobody works until they get a job. they all depend on their, family income. So that was a very weird thing for me. Like, there was not weird, but it was a very new thing for me. Like, the students were working on their own, they were taking care of their all expenses. So that was very new thing for me. At first, I was like, why are these guys working? But after that, I started realizing that, yeah, that's really great decision. Like, they're being independent at very small and young age. So that was the first thing I noticed here. That was like a little bit different from my country. And the other thing is that, it's really confusing here. Like, they do everything opposite of the rest of the world. Like, if you will say, like, in the rest of the world, like in European nation or in Asian countries, they all measure in kilograms or kilometers. And in America, they all measure in miles, pounds, and this all stuff. So this is like, it was very, very different for me. And when one of the guy, he asked me about what's the temperature today in school. Like, I was like, maybe 25. Like, I was, measuring it in Celsius. So he was like, 25? It's not that cold. And I was like, no, I'm measuring in Celsius and you're measuring in Fahrenheit. So these are the small differences. Like, it feels very new to me. And I'm getting used to it, these all things like miles and Fahrenheit. And yeah, these were some, experiences. Other than
Yeah.
this, I think I don't have anything new here.
And the bland food, right? The food with no spices. um, what has been a favorite memory of yours? If you could think of like one, I know you probably have a bunch already and you're only 2 months in, but what can you think of like a very special moment so far that you've had?
I mean, it has, oh my God, I don't know what to choose. There's just so many things that I loved. Well, I'm gonna say two, actually. The first one, it's in New York with people I met from Germany, Spain, Italy, etc., etc. Because some of them, I came with them to Utah and we do voluntary work together. And it's actually really relieving to have, even if it's once in a while, people to talk to in your own language. Because when I was in Spain, I loved talking in English and like watching English shows and everything. But now that I'm here, it's kind of a little bit tiring. So just having someone to speak in Spanish to, it's really relieving. And it gives you the sensation of stability that there's people like going through the same thing and you support each other. And the other one, I would say that it was the Yellowstone road trip, like I said. It was a really bonding experience with my host family, and I just loved it. We laughed during all the trip. I got to listen to a lot of Indian music too, and it was amazing, and I really loved it.
Um, Sound like there are a lot of things to say. So like small activities, but they're very, that I will always remember that. But one thing, like there was a craft fair in our school, craft fair, for 3 days, and I was like one of the managing team of that event. So it was like really nice for me. Like I got a leadership role at very first month and to manage like a very big event for me. And when the guys like they heard that I'm an exchange student, they were so happy. I don't know why they were so happy. Like all of the guys were coming to me and they were saying that you're an exchange student. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm an exchange student. So like so tell us about Pakistan. Like they were really happy about that. I don't know why they're real happy about other, like learning about other cultures. So it was 3 days event and I really enjoyed that. Like I got to know about like hundred of pupils and I also volunteered with them. So this was one of the event I really enjoyed and I think I will always remember that because I made a lot of friends and I made a lot of, guys from my own country. They were here and I don't know they were living here, but at that event, I get to know with those all guys. And that was a good part of that. After that, I went to San Antonio with my family, and that was really nice, thing for me. So we spent a week there in San Antonio, and yeah, that was really nice. And I think these two were the main and notable things I will remember my whole life.
Amazing. So I see a question in the chat, Adam. Maybe you can help give a CIEE answer first, then Bella and Syed can talk about their own experience on the other end of it. But so somebody asked for a semester abroad when they're enrolling into local schools, how does it work if the student doesn't fully understand the language?
Sure, yeah. So I suppose it depends on the program. I mean, we even have programs in the UK and Sydney, Australia, so the language is not a problem at all, right? If you speak English. Where for some of the programs, we offer the opportunity, like for Japan, for example, you enroll in a private school that offers quite a bit of a support for English language for helping you transition. So it's open to people even if they don't know any language at all. For other programs across the world, so in France, Spain, Italy, Mexico, we have language requirements, of course, but you will have coordinators with you that are there to help you and give you that extra support as you need it. But we always ask students to go into this experience with what we say, being comfortable with the idea of not being comfortable, right? So maybe you studied this language, but you're going to be surrounded by it a whole lot, and you're going to be in classrooms and maybe not understanding everything everybody's saying, but you're going to take everything you can. You're going to study hard, and you'll catch up. You'll be there. You'll have your friends around that you'll make to help you. Your teachers will be there to help you, and you'll have CIE staff there to support you as well. But yeah, I would love to hand it over to our two students to talk about their experience, like adapting to education entirely in English.
Yeah, I would like to add one
Well,
thing on this. Like, yeah. So I'm sorry. If you are like if there is any language differences, just like for me, I was not here. Like I speak Urdu. So I basically speak four languages, like nearly four languages. So English was like, I was not very good at English. But in some school, in American school, for me, it was like they offers a specific class English as a second language. So it's all for like, if English is your second or third language, then you can join that class. So it's maybe men's school or in other countries, they may not offer these kind of classes. But the best thing you can do is make friends, make connections, and by this way, like you will talk to them, and this way you can, improve your communication skills and join different volunteering activities. Because in volunteering activities, especially if you're managing something or if you're doing something, there are a lot of people coming to that events. So you get a chance to talk to them and you get a chance to learn from them. And that's the best thing, like volunteering activities, or you might join a club or some kind of society. So in this way, you also make friends and you will get to improve your language as well. So that's the thing I would add.
yeah, like they said, it depends a lot. In my case, my high school has this thing in which if English it's not your first language, they make you take a test to determine your level, and then if you need help, they give it to you. And also with your friends, host family, and the people you meet here, you can ask what 100 times. They're not gonna get mad at you. They're not gonna get offended. I think the word I most said since I came here is what, because Americans talk really fast, and sometimes I just get lost. And I ask what 100 times, and they don't get offended. They repeat it for me slower. And also in classes with teachers, American teachers are really, really nice. And if you talk to them and tell them, hey, in your lectures, could you maybe speak a little bit slower so I can get it more? They won't have any problem with that. And it's about communication. If your friends know you're an exchange student, if your teachers knows it, yeah, sorry. If the teacher knows it too, they're just gonna help you out. And like I said, ask what a million times. They won't get offended. You will need it, and it's fine. If you don't get it, well, it's not your first language. At least you speak two languages or more. So That's the thing, it's good. And yeah, I would say that that's it basically.
That's great. Amazing. Yeah. Another question for Adam just about how CIEE accommodates disabilities or health conditions like type 1 diabetes.
Certainly, yeah. So part of your application process, we have a health check with you to see any accommodations that you may need. We work with you and your physician's recommendations and CIEE on-site staff. So all of our locations you could be studying abroad have a CIE center. So we work with them to see how they can best help you and how we can best accommodate you inside the classroom and while you're on program. It's a case-by-case basis, exactly what that accommodation looks like, but we are very more than happy to help work with you about those details.
Awesome. We have a cool question here from a CIEE alum who went to Buenos Aires last summer, and now her family is interested in hosting an inbound student perhaps in the coming year. So the question is that the student goes to a private school and wants to know if the inbound student would be able to go with them. So, um, local coordinator hat, Adam,
Hey,
and answer that question. And then, this is an interesting question and something that I hear from just my friends a lot because I also am a local coordinator, and my friends always say like, "Oh, kids don't want to go to." Small town, and my kids want to stay in New York City, right? And I say, well, actually, our students really don't go to New York City for the most part. That's very rare. So the student says that she lives in the suburbs and wants to know, do exchange students prefer suburbs or cities? So kind of Bella and Syed kind of give your perspective on that. So maybe Adam first about going to a private school, and then um, Bella and Syed about, suburbs versus cities and kind of what your thought process was.
sure, certainly. So our students typically attend public schools. They enroll as public high school students, but we will enroll them in a private school if the private school will take them. We're happy to. There will be, associated costs of tuition likely for your school, though I have heard of private schools that do offer scholarships and grants to international students. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis. If the student has a tuition and they're willing to pay it and the school will take them, we're more than happy to enroll them there. But I have had host siblings, so the person here in the US and then their host brother or sister they're welcoming attend two different high schools, one private, one public, and that works just fine as well. Yeah.
Sure.
And
So yeah,
then
for the
Syed
other
and Bella. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for the other question they ask is like small town or cities. Like I would say I am living in a small town here. I'm not at a city. So I would recommend that like the guys or the students who are trying to get into big cities like New York or any other cities. So I would say, in my personal opinion, say the small towns are really good. Like if you get into big cities, that's also good. But for me, small towns are good because like there is a lot of like you get a lot of time from other guys. Like in big cities, you will not get time with your family. Like they are very busy and you will not have time to, enroll yourself in different activities. But in small town, the thing is that the community is very small, so everyone knows each other. So everyone knows each other, like you do a lot of activities together. So small town in America, they're really nice. They are very like, during the Halloween, like you go to everyone home, everyone house, during the night. And that's really best thing I love about the American, small towns and stuff. So that's better than the big cities. Big cities are very busy, like, they're always busy. So but it depends. If you're lucky, then you can get into New York City as well. Yeah, so that's my point.
Yeah, so like they said, getting into a big city like New York, it's really difficult. I am with a scholarship and we're 215 students going to United States. Only one go to New York, and it's not even New York City. So it's really difficult. And even though if you go with expectations of going to cities like New York City or LA and living the big life, I think that's not completely good to have like Hollywood movie expectations, because it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be amazing, but in another way. And I myself consider myself like a big city person, but right now I'm living in a small town in Utah, and I love it here. Like he said, everyone knows each other, and there's like these really pretty places, like maybe the public library. It's a really small place, but it's really beautiful and it's really peaceful. So cities like New York City can be great to go to like a day or two, like I did in my orientations. But if it's a long-term stay, I would say that small towns, sorry, are better, because you get to, I don't know how to explain it very well, but I believe that the staying in a small town, it's kind of more movie-like, even though it's contradictory, because in movies we always see LA and New York and all these great places. But I think that small towns are magical. Actually, I didn't think that before I came here. I thought that I would be really, really happy in a city like New York. But after I came here, I just realized that it's beautiful and I just love it.
Amazing. Yeah, you get to really become a part of the community, right? Yeah, amazing. Any other questions? If so, you can drop them in the chat. Any last words of wisdom, Bella and Syed, that you want to share?
I would say if you're thinking about doing an exchange program but you're not sure, do it. Jump into it. You're gonna be so glad after. Just be brave. Go to the other part of the world. Doesn't matter. Just live. Because at the end of the day, when we're old, we're only gonna have our memories. And this is an amazing and unique opportunity. And you're just gonna love it. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna be so glad you did it.
Amazing.
So, for advice, I would say that stop overthinking and just enjoy the moments. Like you will find small moments. So stop thinking about your home country. Stop thinking about your families, because you are basically at the end of the day you are going back to them. So enjoy every moment. Enjoy this club, the school, and every activities. So if you are facing any difficulty, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions from your family, from your friends, they're really nice. They don't get offended from these all things. So if you are going to an exchange program and if you are thinking to go on an exchange program, so always be ready to, uh, you might find some hardship or you might find some red flags. So yeah, these all things are part of everyone's culture. So be ready to enjoy them and be ready to like connect with other guys. Yeah, they all are human. We all are human. Okay, so the thing is that we might have some different cultures, some different languages, but we should respect each other and don't get uncomfortable on small things. And that's all.
Amazing. I think that's a perfect note to end it on.
Awesome. I just want to plug a couple URLs really quick. If you thought maybe you family would be interested in hosting a student like Bella or Syed, you guys could get started at ciee.org/host. And then also if you yourself was interested in going abroad, having your own experiences like Bella and Syed are having here, you can get started at ciee.org/HSSA or my.ciee.org. Those are great places to get started as well.
Amazing. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.